Incap published today Q3 results, and we have, as usual, Incap CEO Otto Pukk here with me in the interview. Welcome, Otto.
Thank you very much, Antti.
Congratulations on outstanding results once again. I don't know if you have really new drivers or new stories to tell about these fantastic numbers, but could you still please elaborate a little bit what was driving growth and profitability in Q3?
Yes, thank you very much for, I think I would, as always, want to emphasize our fantastic people that are delivering this. By far, the market situation isn't easy. It's still problems when it comes to material availability, even if we see it lightening up. There's also now inflation, and then we see cost increases. But we have fantastic people that keep on delivering. I think the fundamentals is very much the same that I have been talking about previously as well. There is growth in the electronic sector, and we see growth in many parts of the electronic industry. I've mentioned before in green energy, e-mobility, and in some of these segments, and it's very much the same now. So we're very lucky and blessed to work with both existing customers that are growing and also getting new customers into the mix that contribute to the growth.
I had one question about people, which you always give a lot of credit of these great results. You seem to have very committed team. Is this a long-term competitive advantage for the company, and how have you created such a good atmosphere in the company?
No, I think for sure it's an advantage, and in Incap, as I mentioned before as well, we have work with a decentralized model, and that means that in each unit we have dedicated teams that drive the business, and they have all functionalities they need to support their business with the different service offerings, and so they do in the unit. And basically that gives us three things, and I think that are competitive advantages, all of them. One thing is that our customer service is excellent. We have a very high level of service. We work very closely. We are very flexible and agile and efficient in our approach to the customers, and so it gives Incap delivers a good job. Second thing is that by empowering people and letting people be part of the business decision and working with a much broader scope than they might do in similar sized companies, that motivates people. So motivation is not only monetary; it can also be on or a part of that is also on what you are doing, and I think that giving people a chance to take responsibility and to take part, that motivates the people. And the third thing is that not having any big overhead or having centralized resources that you try to sell in different markets and so on, that shows in the P&L. And if you look, as I said many times before, our gross profit or so is doesn't stand out compared to the peer, but we spend much less downwards in the P&L, which ends up with a higher margin than many other companies in our industry.
That's very interesting and good to hear. Let's go back to Q3 still. Net result looked a little bit weak compared to operating profit. Could you please elaborate if there was something extraordinary in the lower part of profit and loss statement?
Yeah,
in Q3.
As Antti as well, our CFO commented in the webinar that we just had, then Incap had before historic losses that we could write off tax on, and now we have tax in that sense in the mother company, and that is, I think, the biggest part of that change in that sense.
That's clear. Your inventory value increased quite a lot, and inventory is, as we have talked, maybe the best proxy of short-term demand, and you have quite positive guidance for the full year right now. What kind of year end are you expecting?
We look in that sense positively on the year end. We gave out now a range in where we will end up in, and we are quite confident that we'll hit in that range. So I think the inventory value, of course, it's as it has been now the last years. It's partly driven by the component availability situation, but also I think gives a quite good indication on coming months in that sense. Yeah, we look positively in that sense on the year end and moving forward.
You also said in the report that wage inflation pressures are picking up, which is of course obvious as consumer prices are increasing everywhere. But is it more difficult to pass wage inflation to customer prices than, for example, component inflation?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think in general, if you look at our customer relations and customer agreements, then we are working very closely with our customers, and in the agreements we have so that if we have any bigger changes in our cost structure, then this is passed on to our customers. But I want to emphasize, and we did in the report, I wrote about it as well, that it goes both ways. So also with decreases, we are forwarding those to our customers. So it's a give and take in that sense, and we are working all the time with efficiencies and so I think our customers are very well aware of that or have well aware of them, or they have they accepted and understand how we work, and it's not so that we need to have any bigger arguments with them when inputs in our manufacturing change, both, as I said, positive or negative inputs. So if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. You are now in Kuressaare factory in Estonia, so let's have one question about that factory as well. In general, profitability of European EMS industry is well below Incap's group level. How would you describe Kuressaare factory's competitive position and margin potential compared to your European peers?
I think we are very competitive in Kuressaare and also in our other European units, and we see growth here in Kuressaare and also in the other units here in Europe as well, which perhaps confirms that as well. As I mentioned before, is that I think margin-wise, Incap, with the model that we have with very few overhead costs and so we are competitive in that sense and have a chance in all over group in that sense to earn more money. So I think the key is how we are organized and how much we actually are spending on different resources in the group.
Incap will have a first Capital Markets Day, at least for long term, in November. Could you give us a little teaser? What do we expect from the Capital Markets Day?
No, the Capital Markets Day we will have in conjunction to Slush. So Incap is also at Slush and with the stand and meeting up with hopefully very many of our interesting startups and customers and potential customers in Finland. And as a side event, or how to say on the side, so you don't need a Slush pass to participate in the Capital Markets Day, but we will have then our first, at least since I started, Capital Markets Day and of course it's a part of being more open and more giving more information to our investors and so it's a part of a bigger program. We have as we're sitting with you, we have engaged in one analyst some time ago, and we are updating our investor relations pages, and we are trying to do more and for so the information about the Incap is more available, and that is. But I think it will be a great event, and you will really see how we rock in that event.
Yeah, it will be definitely, and see you there in the Capital Markets Day, and thank you for the interview, Otto.
Thank you very much, Antti.